Words on the street, they say this design is better than the Nothing Phone 3. What do you think? So this is the TECNO's new release, the POVA 7 Ultra. I've got to say, it looks pretty sharp, but honestly, the specs might be even more attractive. It finally uses the 4nm MediaTek Dimensity 8350 Ultimate chip. Compared to the last gen, this processor handles tough tasks faster and makes gaming way better. In our test, they showed some surprising performance about how it keeps its body cool during games. Hopefully, the full review helps you decide if you want to buy this phone. If you have watched our unboxing video, you will have a pretty good idea what the POVA 7 Ultra looks like. As an Ultra model, it keeps some design bits from previous versions, a nicely machined frame with clean, tight lines. They've tweaked the balance between thickness and grip, so it feels really comfortable to hold. The standard upgrade from the last one, that the iconic status lights. It still has the classic look, but now you can customize the light effect for different things: calls, text, gaming, and charging. Whether it's pulsing during a team fight or glowing softly for late night notifications, it has this cool sci-fi feel to it. For me, it adds a little something special to using it, probably why so many people love the design. The screen has some nice little improvements. It's a 6.78 inches with a 1.5K resolution and a peak brightness of 4,500 nits. It holds up well in all kinds of light. Even in direct sunlight, you can still see everything clearly. When you are watching HDR videos or looking at photos, the darks and lights contrast way better, and the colors fade smoothly into each other. It's a solid visual experience. To make it tougher, the screen has a Corning Gorilla Glass 5. It can handle minor bumps and scratches. Like if you toss it in a bag with keys or coins, it should be fine. And a nice touch, it uses 2160Hz high-frequency PWM dimming, which is easier on your eyes during long sessions. Let me dig a little more into the audio and how the display really performs.
Can you write? I can teach you. Muscle up your memory. You could become a history man.
When it comes to raw power, the Ultra 5G model steps up a lot. Gone is the old MediaTek Dimensity 7300, and in its place is the 4nm MediaTek Dimensity 8350 Ultimate. That chip upgrade really shows in the POVA 70 Ultra 5G's benchmark scores. We tested it with some games, starting with the PUBG Mobile. To really put it through its paces, we cranked the graphics up to max. Over 20 minutes of gameplay, it hits a max frame rate of 117, averaging 104, stayed nicely and smooth even during intense fights or quick scene changes. No lag at all. The phone got as hot as 40 degrees Celsius and uses an average of 5.06 watts. For high graphic gaming, that's pretty reasonable. No crazy overheating, which helps keep the battery going. Next, we tried the Final Fantasy XIV Crystal World, a game that uses CPU pretty hard on high settings. After 30 minutes, it hits 44.6 degrees Celsius, which is still okay. The max frame rate was 51, averaging 35.7. That's lower than PUBG Mobile, but given how hard the game pushes the CPU, it's still smooth enough to play without major frame drops. Average power consumption was 5.02 watts, which stayed balanced too. Both games showed a good temperature control, and that's partly thanks to the built-in hyper-cooling system. To me, the POVA 7 Ultra 5G does solidly across different game types. Its frame rates, how it manages heat, and power use all checked out for daily gaming. Now, the first thing you will notice about the OS is how much you can customize it. There are over 300 new icons with this cool style, kind of like realistic looking designs, paired with the exclusive fonts, making the interface feel light but still 3D. The animations from power on to shut down are really well done. You can tell they cared about how it looks. You can mess with the lock screen and always on display effects, colors, and lighting to make it totally your own. The AI features are a big standout too. The AI Anywhere portal is like a one-stop spot to quickly get to tools like the Ask Ella voice assistant, which doesn't just answer questions, but also translates calls and summarizes stuff. And there's more: AI call assistant, multilingual translation, automatic call summaries, smart answering, and AI writing tools. All in all, iOS 15 makes the POVA series way better to use. Given what this phone is meant to be, the TECNO POVA 7 Ultra 5G's camera setup isn't the main focus. It's just okay, good enough for daily photos, but not going to impress anyone who cares a lot about photo quality. These specs just don't really stand out. In practice, it has tools like AI Studio for editing, but those are more for fixing photos after you take them. They don't really help with the actual image quality when you're taking the shots. For example, in portrait mode, the edge detection is just so-so. The background blur doesn't transition smoothly, which looks a bit off. For still subjects, the detail isn't great, and you will see some noise if you zoom in. Video can do 4K 60 FPS with stabilization. For me, the camera is good enough, but if photography is your top priority, this isn't the one. One downside of this phone, no SD card slot for extra storage. That means you can't just pop in a memory card to add space. Might annoy people who are used to being able to expand the storage easily. The TECNO POVA 7 Ultra 5G really shines when it comes to battery life. That's a big selling point. It has a 6,000 mAh battery, and with the system optimized well, it lasts a long time, even for heavy use. Plus, there's wireless charging to go with the fast wired charging. Nice to have a cable-free option. Makes things more convenient. All in all, the upgrades aren't just about looks, they really makes using the phone better. Both the system and the performance have made big improvements. If you want a techie phone that's great for gaming, this one is probably for you. Okay, this is the review of the TECNO POVA 7 Ultra. If you like it, please give us a like and sub to our channel. I'm Will from Gizmochina. See you next time.